Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Week's almost over. I've been away kind of like busy, but I have a couple hours. I can't stay on for long, but I want to go over some things quickly. And hopefully, this will be a stream that'll be more helpful than anything. And it won't be too long. I know a lot of people complained about those long lives, but there's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. I had somebody ask me if I would chop up my lives, the long ones, and if I would put out like pieces of it, which I totally would love to, but it would take me a whole nother, 40 something hours. So I figure if people want to go through them and think something's important, clip it and put it out. You know what I mean? I don't have time to sit through them. I really don't. And I understand, but a two-speed is your friend. I promise. And all you have to do is put your earbuds in. Hey, Lippy, Jana B, Cheesecake Mafia, JT's Mom Forever 21, Pamela, Nika Crafts. Who else? Hold on a minute. Chrissy M. Our bucket list has holes. I like that one. I like that name. All right, so I set up that loop overnight, which I think is important. So now when people want to go look for what she said, it's right there. And there's a whole it was 13 hours, but I think YouTube will only process 11 hours, 59 minutes, and 50 seconds or something. Hey, road less traveled. Sip and shine. Hey. So I know a lot of you stopped in last night. I did not see probably like 4 or 5 hours of it. So I know my mods were around and stuff, but I don't think anything crazy happened. So that loop is going to stay up, and whoever wants to use it can just use it. I have no problem with that. So what I did was with that loop, I took out the pieces of dead air. So it's not strikeable. And I made sure to take Josie's name out because she threw his name around a lot in that explanation of drug dealing to the people on 110. Zip. Hold on. Summer has been gone 13 months tomorrow. I'm so grateful Summer has had you advocating for her all these months. Thank you for continuing to advocate for her with integrity, honesty, and compassion. We appreciate and love you, Tiffany. Thank you, Zip. That's so nice of you. Well, it's funny because I was in Shares the other night, Pamela, and I don't remember what she was talking about, but I was listening to Jodie, and I think it was her explaining away what she had said, right? And I said, well, I'll just put this shit on loop for like 24 hours. And I could have left it on, but I mean, I would rather go live. And I asked people in my chat if they wanted me to go live. So I guess that's what I'm going to do. Hey, Auntie M, Just a Sub, Summer, Lisa 54. Cheesecake Mafia, what are you doing? Nick's mom, how are you, hon? The rabbit hole goes deep. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you around a lot. Angie, baby, hey. Dana K. Co. Hi, Robbie girl. So I want to talk about something really quick, okay? Now, I don't know how Jodie reacted to this screenshot here, but I heard there was a problem. Hi, Sophie. No, Chrissy M, the loop is there. It's underneath this video. It's like a 3-minute clip on loop for 12 hours. So this here set her off pretty much, I guess. I don't know why. Like, why are you mad at me? You wrote this. I didn't. So I'm going to pull this up. You guys see this okay? Hold on. You like the long lives? Flip-flop, if I have time to do them, I don't mind them. But, they're very taxing. People think that I have all the time in the world to just sit around, and I really don't. But when it's important, sometimes I will get into the funk with YouTube. So she really is getting worse by the day. Well, it doesn't make sense to me because all of the things she's talking about and all of the things that she's showing really have no meaning. And I'm sitting here like, listen, she could put out all the text she wants. It's never going to change what she said. And it's never going to change the way that I view her now and forever and always will. So she could share all the texts in the world. It's never going to change that she said that drugs were coming out of her house into 110 and that children were being sedated and touched. You can get the fuck out of here with that. So, I mean, how are you supposed to react to something like that? She was so comfortable. She was so comfortable and felt she had enough support that she could say something like that and no one would blink an eye. And I think it's probably one of the most important things that has been said by her. And that's just me. There's a lot of really questionable statements that she's made. So there's like a list, right? I have a list of like what's most important. But I do believe that what we saw with Jodie Sue and Andy was the closest to the truth, what was really going on. And at the very least, and I'm being kind, Jodie Sue has guilty knowledge of crimes against children. And I will never change my mind about that, by her own admission. So here we have a comment that was left in to somebody's chat. I'm not even going to say the creator, okay? Because it doesn't matter. And I'm not going to let her go back and find it and delete it, okay? So she says in this here, and sorry, I'm not reading chat. Summer vanished 14th. Candace did the second test on the 15th. Candace puts out the TikTok on the 15th. Hunter interviewed the 16th twice, question mark. On the 16th, Candace and Grandis go visit physically to see what? I don't know what the rest was. I don't know if she went on to say more or what. But why do we have Jodie saying in the car that they were searching for Summer on the 14th, the night of the 14th, and they were looking in all the hollers for Jackie Dobbs, right, and all that. And then not only do we have it coming out of her mouth twice, she's also written it. How do you confuse the 14th and the 15th? This child was your neighbor's daughter. I'd like an explanation. You can save your screenshots. You can save your text. You can save whatever the hell you're doing over there. Nobody gives a shit, Jodie Sue. They just care about Summer. This is not the Jodie Sue show. All right? And I'm be as nice as possible. I'm truly sick and tired of the bullshit. It's been over a year. Summer is missing. And Jodie Sue is playing games. You should add the part where she said Andy saw Summer's dead body. Well, see, this is the thing, New Hampshire girl. So the way that I feel about that, I wasn't there when he said it, and I don't know what he was referring to. Like, I don't know what kind of, if they were in an argument, if he was, yelling about the situation with Summer. And I feel that unless you hear with your own ears, right? Like, I don't know about that one, but I don't have anything against anybody who talks about it, of course, because everything's important. But I feel like that one's a little bit more, there's no proof to it. Do you understand what I mean? And I'm not saying it didn't happen. He very well may have, been bitching about Summer being missing, possibly. And maybe he got stressed out and said, Summer is here, or Summer's, there, or whatever, by herself and out there somewhere. Like, what was the context of Andy's statement? I can't trust her word, right? I can't trust her word. No one can trust her word, because she has sat here and lied and lied and lied. Like, the conspiracies that are flying out of her mouth right now are absolutely insane. I didn't watch her, but I guess she was saying all kinds of crazy stuff last night. Like, I'm at the top of the marathon and all the money leads back to me. Like, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Just let her sit there and talk shit, because I really couldn't care less. I'm worried about Summer. I don't know what Jodie Sue is doing over there. She's more worried about a YouTube crime ring. Who's on YouTube doing what? Where is Summer? I don't give a fuck about all that bullshit. I do ask that you don't talk about her smallest child, please, in my chat. And when it comes to the adult child, please limited. Listen, I want to say this too. Bear with me for a second, okay? These kids that grew up on that hill, okay, on her hill, on Candace's hill, they did not ask for this. It's not their fault. And I feel a certain way about bringing kids into things. And I know he's of age and whatnot, but I would like to keep my chat really respectful when it comes to the kids, right? He's still very young. So, careful with the speculation and such. Do not put his name in my chat. That's all I ask. It's not their fault, okay? It's not. They did not ask for this life. So, yeah, anyway, Summer is what I'm worried about. And here we have Jodie for the second time, not only spoken, but written that Summer vanished on the 14th. And I have a problem with that. Now, if it's an error, just say, I made a mistake. She won't even do that. It's sick. Can you imagine being the neighbor of a missing child and acting this way? You come out to speak and you want people to listen to you, right? But you don't want to answer to any kind of question. Yeah, they didn't stand a chance. And you know what? The boys do. And she's tossing Josie's name around like it's a hot potato. I don't like that. I thought she wanted to protect the boys. No, Jodie? They are, I feel, Luda. I really do. And I feel bad for them. And I have always said kids are off limits, right? So I don't know. Cryptocurrency Carlos says the Jodie Sue show, all she does is talk about nothing and sit in her kitchen and smoke cigarettes. Yeah, and that's another thing. I'm a smoker, okay? I smoke cigarettes, and I wish I didn't. I should quit. I know. Please don't tell me to quit my chat, 'cause it's annoying. But I don't smoke in my house because I have beautiful things in my home that I don't want ruined by smoke or nicotine and such. Now, if I were to light up a cigarette right here, right now, you wouldn't smell it because I don't smoke in my house. So if I, had the windows open, which I don't, I have the air conditioner on, you would never really know a couple hours later if the windows were open and there was good wind, right? But there's no ventilation there, all right? It's a little trailer. And you know what? I'm going to say it because you're not allowed to drive in the car with children in the back seat while you smoking cigarettes. It's actually illegal in some states. There's a reason for that. That thing, does that have wheels? What are the laws in Tennessee? Because if that is a rolling trailer, that is possibly illegal to do. I will say that. You're going to kill your kids sitting there smoking all of those cigarettes. And honestly, I've always thought Jesus, oh my God, she's, hotboxing that trailer with cigarettes all day, all night. She doesn't stop smoking. Her poor kids, I hate to bring them up. They don't deserve that. Their clothes probably smell. You think that when they go places and their friends smell their clothes, don't do that. It's over now. I mean, you can't fix it now. I'm sure that whatever. It's her way of life. Let her do what she wants. But what a friggin' travesty for real. And the animals. Yeah, the animals. Whatever. Okay, let's get back to Summer. So Jeez. It does have wheels. What? You know what? I'm not even going to go there. Forget it. It's fine. It's got wheels. You got a problem, girlfriend. You need to stop smoking in your trailer like a fiend, chain smoking for 10 hours. Oy vey. It's illegal in most states. Yeah, I know here you can't smoke in the car with your kids. You'll get arrested. It's illegal. Yeah, Shayna, I don't like smoking. I won't smoke in my house unless, like, I don't know, if I was to have like a party and it was late at night or something, but like very rarely. And I think I've lit a couple cigarettes sitting here a couple times, but no, hell no, I go outside. Catching the lag, better late than never. Yeah, D-Holla. Hey, Avery, I could never smoke around my child. Well, I've smoked around my child, right? Like outside, but never, not a day when he was little, never lit a cigarette in my car with him, not a single day in his life. And like if I'm outside, I would be like, go stand over there. I don't want the smoke blowing at you. You know what I mean? Like, have some consideration for your loved ones, for the children you brought into this world, because that's terrible. Secondhand smoke, and I never say this, but in a closed area like that is so serious. All right, I got to move on because I got shit to do today. So, yeah, you're a mean girl. I think that the Northeast is really strict on it. I don't know about Tennessee. I don't know about other parts of the country, but I know that they passed that law here like probably 4 or 5 years ago, I think. All right, so I'm going to have to give credit to, firstly, there's a channel that I pinned to the top chat, okay, and it's called For the Record. And this person contacted me by email and said, I have some clips, I've unlisted them, and you could play them if you want to. But they also let me know that some of these clips are from other channels, but they're important, okay? These are very important. Some of them are from Doug's. Now, I do, and I can't believe I'm going to say this because, you know, anyway, Doug grilled the fuck out of Jodie Sue. Like, when I tell you his interviewing skills with Jodie were superb. And when I was listening to him, I was like, damn, I never interrogated her like that. I just let her come to me and talk. Like, I never pressed her for anything, said if you can't answer, no big deal. He was not that way. And he got a lot of really good stuff here. And I've been going through these clips that this person sent me, and I don't know who they are, but please up to them. They're in my top chat pinned. Is that what you call it? Well, anyhow. So let me take this down. This triggered Jodie Sue. These are your own words, Jodie Sue. I don't really know what you want me to do about what you wrote in a chat. That's not my problem. And it's not fake. I can prove that. But I don't need to because it's real. And you wrote it. So why are you telling people in writing and verbally that Summer went missing on the 14th? Do you know something that the rest of us don't? Please explain yourself. So that would be like the first question that I would ask Jodie. Okay, so let's make a list. So we want to know, why is Jodie saying Summer went missing on the 14th and writing that Summer went missing on the 14th? Maybe she could clear that up on her channel. Do you think she will? I don't. Oh, and it was Lady R that sent this to me. So thank you to Lady R. She's the one that found it. And there it was. Listen, I can't with this one. Of course, of all people, it has to be Jodie. Like, do you know that she put me into a coma the other day? I was listening. Literally, for like 7 hours, I fell asleep. Not even kidding you. Don't get in bed and listen to Jodie. She will put you out. You don't need a sedative. Just turn her on. So, all right, there. They rushed the baby back in. He was a gray. Oh, she talked about it but didn't say anything. What about New Hampshire girl? She is a snooze fest all the way. Oh my God. You don't need, what do you call that stuff people take to go to bed? Lunesta? What do you call it? They have like, oh, Ambien. Forget it. You don't even need to go to the doctor and grab Ambien. You're good. Just turn Jodie Sue on. You know what I think it is? I think it's because her voice is so monotone. It's always the same. It doesn't change. You know what I mean? So, and then she pauses. So it's almost like, have you guys ever woken up out of a dream and like you're half asleep, but like you're still dreaming and you can hear that far away, like, swear to God, that's what it's like this far away tone. You know, I don't know how to explain. That's what it seems like. It's like very out there. Like white noise. Yes. Hi, Sugar Tits. So Sugar Tits changed her name because that is what Jodie calls me, apparently. Sugar Tits. Why? I don't know. No one's ever called me that before. So Jodie, you're first. I don't know why that's my nickname, but okay, I'll rock with that. Sounds good. I can't believe how she turned on you. She didn't turn on me. Oh, no. She did not turn on me, Sharon C. What happened was, did you get to see the loop from last night? If you guys didn't hear what Jodie said, please go to my last live stream. It's extremely long, but it's up. Just listen to it for 3 minutes. It's on a loop. If you missed that, you'll understand why I completely distanced myself from Jodie. She did not turn on me. I just want to make it very clear. Whatever she chooses to do is fine by me. I don't care. I'm not even really watching her at all. I'm getting like clips from people and such that matter, but that's about it. I don't have time to listen to her. I'm trying to go back through other stuff. I can't listen to her current bullshit. She's only trying to deflect anyway. And I don't know why she's coming after me. Like, too bad. Like, you said this and you have to deal with it now. No, she doesn't clear anything up. She makes it worse. The rabbit hole goes deep. Is it better than saggy ones? Yeah, of course. Lulu. Let's see. Jodie Sue title should say warning. Yes, snooze zone. Hey, say lovey. Gray screen, Brent. Okay. Oh, what is it going to do? Hold on a minute. Yeah, because I got to kind of jam today. So let me squeeze all this stuff in quick as I can. Correct her, Tiffany. Tell her you are a queen, not a princess. Well, you know what's funny? Growing up, that's what my dad always called me, was this princess. So whatever. I'm used to that name. Princess, queen, it's all the same. She's not going to call me a queen. She could call me a princess. That's totally fine too. I'm fine with that. I've been called much worse. She'll find a new name for me, I'm sure, as time goes along. Sugar Tits, princess. Oh, man. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Oh, let me play this for you now. Everybody listen. So this comes from No Things Investigates channel. Thank you, Doug, for your interviewing of Jodie, because when Jodie wasn't over on my panel, she was over on Doug's. She was over on Ziggy's. She was very busy. She was a busy bee floating around. Now, I didn't watch Jodie a lot when she was on Doug's, and I watched her more on Ziggy's, but I did not watch her as much on Doug's, okay? So that's what I said, say lovey. Forget your Ambien, your Lunesta. You don't need it. You don't need it. Hey, Gigi. Skyzy. I hope I'm not missing anybody. I'm sorry. Hey, Mojo Joe Juniper. All right. Let me pull this up for you. I want you to listen to this. So it's a short, but really listen. I'll play it a couple times, okay? And this is from the channel For the Record that's pinned on your top chat. Like I said, I don't know who this person is, but they emailed me and said I could use their stuff. So technically it's Doug's, but it's also theirs. So, all right. This was from Jodie Sue Brown gives me an interview during live stream 12/13/21 about summer 6 months ago. So this was from 6 months ago, and Josh from the lab was up there. Now, this is my takeaway from the situation. Okay. Josh was a bit softer with Jodie Sue. Doug was very abrasive. I thank Doug for that, because when I went back and started listening, he really did slam her with questions, and he triggered her and made her very uncomfortable. And I think it's important to take note of what it was that got her hot and bothered. So this one's about booby traps. Listen to this. So a lot of people have heard this already. Some people have not. She goes, on their property? No, not on other people's property. There's booby trapped in your yard. Listen, do what you want. But it was very interesting that Don told Doug that there were booby traps set on Don's property. Jodie's like, on their property? No, not on anybody else's property. But so you couldn't hear it? Nuh-uh. Uh-oh, hold on. Was I not screen sharing? What an idiot. Hold on a minute. See, I haven't been live in a week. Okay, I wasn't even screen sharing, was I? Out there. Send me to space. Maybe turned on you is the wrong words to use, but she didn't say any. Hold on. She shouldn't say anything negative about you of all people. I don't care. Let her say what she wants. I really couldn't care less. Truly. I mean that. I know. Sorry. Let me just make sure I'm sharing the sound. There wasn't much. I played it for 2 seconds, so you didn't miss much. Listen.
No, what Don said. He said that you had.
Don says a lot of shit.
No, I get that. I'm bringing up stuff that I know that I've talked to
You
him
can
about.
just literally hear him stepping on gravel coming down. It's that simple. I mean, it don't take a genius.
Has he tried to contact you?
Since shit's went sideways after Candace's call.
At one point, I heard you set up booby traps or something over there so you could hear them, or something on their driveways or walking around. Was there stuff that you put on their driveways, or was stuff
on
that
their
they put on
driveways?
the driveways? Yeah, or somewhere around there that you would hear stuff.
Not on other people's properties, no.
That's what Don said. He said that you had.
Don says a lot of shit.
I get that. I'm bringing up stuff that I know that I've talked
to
him
about. You
about.
can just literally hear him stepping on gravel coming down. It's that simple. I mean, it don't take a genius.
Has he tried to contact you?
Since shit's went sideways after Candace's call.
At one point, I heard you set up booby traps or something over there so you could hear them, or something on the driveways or walking around. Was there stuff that you put on their driveways, or was stuff
on
that
their
they put
driveways?
on the driveways? Yeah, or somewhere around there that you would hear stuff.
Not on other people's properties, no.
But
all right. So you hear she was setting booby traps up in her yard. For what? I don't know. The creeper guy the peeping Tom or whatever. Maybe. I'm not sure. Jodie still has a huge mastiff, right? Yeah, Dee. I would hope that listen, okay, let me say this too about the dogs, because I know people have some. There was someone who left a comment on my comment section a couple days ago, and I'm not going to say who it was. I'm not upset about it, but when you guys are talking about summer, can you just have a little bit more sensitivity about the comments that you leave, because this was very, very gruesome and grotesque. Now, what I'm going to say about the dogs is, I don't believe that any dog. Oh my God. I don't believe that any dog, how should I word this? I don't believe in the dog theory, okay? That's not possible. It's not possible. It's just not possible. So I'm just going to say that. So with the mastiff and everything, now I will say this. I have, noted buried animals, because that bothers me. But the living animals, no. No, they would get so sick. First of all, they would get so sick. No. So now that's just my opinion. Other people think all kinds of crazy stuff went on with the dog. How much was given to the reward fund from the sale of the TM plus Summerwell's candles? Listen, I am not here for bullshit today, Mr. Anonymous. Come back on a day when I have time. I have very limited time today. I don't have time for trolls. I don't know. You have to ask Laura. Laura said there were no sales. There was one candle given to a woman who had asked for it. It's very old news. Go to Laura, please. That is Laura's thing. And she might even be listening. I'm not sure if Laura, perplexed, are you here? Don't block that person. Just let them sit there. I'll let Laura come in and handle you if need be, because I don't have time for it personally today, Mr. Anon a Mouse. Okay. Which transaction is from the candle sales on the bank receipt from WJHL? I have no idea, Mr. Anonymous. You're going to have to ask Laura. I'm in the middle of something. Please don't distract me. Thank you. You can stay. I just don't have an answer for you. I've never made a candle in my life, so I have no idea. And Laura has said she has not sold any. So there would be nothing on the bank receipt. Now you're distracting me. All right? Okay. That's not what this live stream is about. Come back when I'm bullshitting, okay? I'll answer you then. Or you can leave a message in my comments, or you can email me. So, what was I saying? Oh, the dogs. I don't believe in the dog theory. I don't believe that a dog mauled her either, because they had bloodhounds out there. You guys got to think about this. Now, it's hard, because now there's question about the surveillance, if there was really surveillance that caused Summer on the 15th and whatnot. I'll get into that in a whole nother live stream. Let me just stay on Jodie, because I'm going ADD right now all over the place. Yeah, I go to Jodie about the money. She's more worried about the fundraiser than she is about Summer. So go to ask Jodie. Maybe Jodie knows. She seems to know everything related to YouTube. She's moved on from Summer. She put her to the side like Candace did. So that's okay, Summer. We're still here. So, let me finish playing this. Let me play it again, in fact. So take notice of how triggered she gets when he asks her about the booby traps. Let me full screen this. Hold on a minute. And I will also take... Anonymous can stay. It's really fine. I really don't have time for it.
What Don said. He said that you had
Don says a lot of shit.
I get that. I'm bringing up stuff that I know that I've talked
You
to him
can
about.
just literally hear him stepping on gravel coming down. It's that simple. I mean, it don't take a genius.
Has he tried to contact you?
Since went sideways after Candace's call.
At one point, I heard you set up booby traps or something over there so you could hear them or something on their driveways or walking around. Was there stuff that you put on their driveways, or was stuff
On
that they
their
put on their
driveways?
driveways? Yeah, or somewhere around there that you would hear stuff.
Not on other people's
That's what
properties, no.
Don said. He said that you had,
Don says a lot of shit.
So not on other people's property. No. Who set a booby trap out in their yard? Put a one in my chat. Who fucks with the booby traps? Not for animals. Okay, hold on. I'm going to move to the next clip. Hold on. There's a whole bunch of them. This one comes from True Crime Commentary, Penny. Hold on a second. This is actually a good one. Hold on. I'll get rid of this one. Oops. Hold on. It's short. It's only 2 minutes and 37 seconds. And this is from our For the Record. Yeah, For the Record.
And what does she think of Ronnie Lawson saying there was no
I mean, I don't.
And what does she think of Ronnie Lawson saying there was no drug problems in that area whenever everyone else is saying it is?
Yeah, Lord, we're gonna defend Ronnie Lawson now. Okay. So I think Lawson is not lying on that front. I mean, there was
That there's not a drug problem?
I mean, I don't know. Does he mean specifically in the road? Is that what he was saying specifically?
What just says what does she think?
Hold on. Did you hear? I didn't hear that part the first time. Woo, right over my head. Is he talking about in the road? What? What? Is Ronnie talking about drugs being sold in the road, or is he talking about drugs being sold out of the house? Hold on. Jodie Sue sounds a little worried about this. Talk about drugs being sold out in the road? Huh?
And what does she think of Ronnie Lawson saying there was no drug problems in that area whenever everyone else is saying it is?
Yeah, Lord, we're gonna defend Ronnie Lawson now. Okay. So I think Lawson is not lying on that front. I mean, there was
that there's not a drug problem?
I mean, I don't know. Does he mean specifically in the road? Is that what he was saying specifically?
I can almost see Jodie's face at this very moment. Is he talking about specifically in the road? Like specifically? I was behind. Don't worry about it. Yeah, she's going along with it. Like, oh yeah, I totally agree with that statement. No, there's no drug problem. I'm home all day, 9 to 5, she says. There's no drug problem.
What just says what does she think of Ronnie Lawson saying there was no drug problems in that area?
In the whole area?
Yeah, that area.
I mean,
in the whole area? No, your area, Jodie. Your area. I know you're not a dumb person. Well, dumb enough to tell on yourself eventually a year later, but you're not a dumb person, right? The whole area? No, just your area. Like the 400 feet surrounding your area, leading to the Wells door, that area. Is there a problem with drugs in Beach Creek? Yeah, your area. Your area. I think that's what she meant.
I'd say that that's not real accurate, but I would, if it was on the road.
If it was on the road? Oh, you mean in the mailbox with no hand-to-hand contact? Because that, you can really not really get caught with that, right? So if it's on the road, Pay attention to what she's saying. She's telling you a story. Listening to this shit blows my mind. Are you talking about the road where your mailbox is? Maybe your mailbox walks. We saw that screenshot, right? Yeah, she stays very focused on the road. So she, in my opinion, if what she said is true, she was walking those substances out to the road away from her dwelling. Yeah. Oh, yeah, people mess around my mailbox all the time. Like, super easy, right, to say something like that. Are you talking about out on the road? She sounds like this one. Hold on. My uncle told me about the habits of dealers back in the day, says Honest Rage. They would be in a house where you could just drive through, come through to their windows, so no one even had to get out of the car. Really? Yeah. A handoff in the road. Well, no, not even a handoff in the road. It's a come and pick it up out of the mailbox out of the road, because she's not actually handing anything to anybody at that mailbox. There's no exchange that way. Do you understand? It's federal if you use the mailbox. Well, the texts are there. She said it herself.
I would say there's only like, I think there's some activity both ways, and I think there's some activity both ways, and I think that there's definitely in the community, because it's Northeast, but I don't know. I don't even know. But if they're saying area wide from like in Hawkins in general, or even just that community.
It's just a simple question. You know, I would like to know how Jodie would handle being on the stand, even just being asked simple questions. If the judge said, please, ma'am, yes or no, could she do it? I don't think she could. I've never heard, not even with me, when I've asked a question, a yes or no or direct answer. And it spins you up, right? So when she's telling you and she's answering you, it's a whole story that ends up being 20 minutes long when all you asked was yes or no. That's why so many people get confused and they can't understand her to boot. So that becomes also another problem. If someone asked me, is there a drug problem in my area, I could actually say, no, that's good, Bridget. And it doesn't matter. You could live in the nicest town or what. They exist. Drug problems exist everywhere. I have, there's drug issues in my community. There's drug issues in every community, but that's good that you can say that your community doesn't have a lot of problems. That's wonderful. Did her mailbox see who took Summer? Pfft, toodles, wouldn't that be wonderful? So, all right, let me finish this. She made an entire video going off on Tiffany. I don't even care. Don't even care. Oh, McBro, I just got sent one of your videos because someone dropped their link for me, because they're dropping a lot of really great links about Jodie. They're working very hard, and I would like to give some credit to McBro. So please sub to McBro. You can just drop their link for me quickly.
Or shit.
Yeah. Chasing has a question. You ask her specifically if that road is busy with drug activity.
Who asked that?
She says, who asked that? Because she doesn't like chasing. Chasing truth is a major problem for Jodie. She does not like her. But this is the thing. She never told that to me. Like, Jodie never talked shit about chasing truth to me, like, ever. So when I saw the reaction that she had, it was kind of bombastic because I'm like, why is she so angry right now and triggered? But she does not like chasing truth. Don't know why. She never confided that in me, but I don't know. But she wants to know who's asking the question because she knows it's chasing. She just wanted to make sure one more time.
Chasing.
423?
No, not 423 Chase. This is her channel is Chasing now, but it used to be Chasing Truth. She's got like 27,000 subs. So kind of watching her questions. She's a really good question asker.
That's the thing. There'd be times it was really quiet for weeks. And other times there'd be a lot. Oh, depends on what you mean by a lot. To us, I mean, a lot's like, like, holy crap, can you get your beater out of here at 3 a.m? That's the fourth one in. Please go away. So, I mean, it would go off and on. We'd have people. Here's the thing, all the way, there's certain hollows that you're going to come across that they're perfect for drug use, right? And what you have is, because of the way that road's shaped, it's a good place to hide on one piece or two pieces.
And what does she think of Ronnie Lawson?
All right, hold on. I'm going to pull up the next one. I'm going to try to get through all these while I can. So, what time is it? 12:30? Okay, I think I can do it. Let me see. So, this one is Jodie Sue talks drugs on Ben Hill. Now, this one is Jodie Sue. Noises from 110 Ben Hill, 6/15/21. Hold on. Now, these are just for you guys to like listen to. I think it's very important that happens. That way people can actually hear the things that she's saying, because I know a lot of people are listening to her. The things that she's saying now opposed to what she was saying before. Now, since she let this big, accusation fly about a week and a couple days ago, I've had a lot of time to go back through and listen. And I'm seeing things that I actually never saw before because I either didn't watch or it flew right over my head. And all these little things that add up, I'm sorry. I'm going to put Jodie up there, like top of the list. Do you feel what I'm saying? So that's where Jodie is going to go, which is not good for Jodie. Yeah, McBro has amazing videos. I agree, Nicole. Hey, I didn't even notice that you were in here. I've always heard the folks in some of those hollers have replaced with moonshine stills and meth production. You don't need a bid area to do that. Well, I don't know about that. When she reacted like she did on Tiff's live calling chasing garbage, that was a bingo moment for me. Yeah, I didn't even know how to react to that. I was shocked. I really was shocked. Do you think Summer seen the drugs being put there and got into them? No. No, I don't. But that's just me. Listen loud and clear. She speaks in that video. About strawberry lemonade. Yeah, Jillian, go check out my community post, please. Everybody go check that out. Have you ever seen anybody drinking Sunkist before? Out of all these fools, has anybody ever seen a Sunkist? I mean, yeah, Jodie. Guess she forgot to put that one in your plastic cup because she drinks out of plastic cups. You can't see what she's drinking. You like orange soda, Jodie? Do you have a thing for soft drinks? Orange ones, pink ones, red ones? I think you do. But hey, I don't know what's in your cup. I don't know. Prove me wrong. Start drinking out of glasses. Okay, on to the next.
Really quick, Jodie. So when they were yelling, Candace was yelling at the boys, saying, "What did you do?" Well, what do you think she meant? Do you think that she meant you lost her? Did you think she meant did you hurt her? What do you think that she meant by that? And how were the boys reacting? Because one of the theories, but we've heard before that she wandered off. They were playing hide and go seek, and they weren't playing hide and go seek.
I'm gonna be real honest with you here all day long after.
You see that? I'm going to be real honest with you here all day long. And then what's she do? Cranks her neck. I'm just saying, Jodie, I think you're a fucking liar. They did an excellent job with her. They really did. Josh and Doug did an excellent job talking to Jodie. And regardless of how I might feel about Doug at any other time, and it's a sensitive issue for some people, but I have to give credit where credit is due. He did a good job with Jodie.
Question really quick. So when they were yelling, when Candace was yelling at the boys, saying, "What did you do?" Well, what do you think she meant? Do you think that she meant you lost her? Did you think she meant did you hurt her? What do you think that she meant by that? And how were the boys reacting? Because one of the theories, but we've heard before that she wandered off. They were playing hide and go seek, and they weren't playing hide and go seek.
I'm gonna be real honest with you here all day long after 3. The wood kind of shut down every day at 3 or a little before. And that day, I know that their timeline says that they came back, 3:30?
Yes.
And it was absolutely still quiet in there all day except for the noises we heard. I didn't hear kids playing. I didn't hear doors shutting. I didn't hear laughter. I didn't hear crying.
What time was this? What time is this that you're talking about right now? If you could give us a time frame of that day
before she went missing, right?
Right. I mean, like what time frame? Like hour wise? If it was 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock?
I mean, like from the messages I read here a little bit, you can tell I was out there on and off, especially after 2, because at 2 something I'd taken a small nap, maybe 30, 45 minutes. I just had radiation done again, and I couldn't ever sleep long anyway. And I was super hypervigilant because Dobbs had been there the day before. And most days I didn't get but like 30, 45 minutes sleep. And the only time I could ever really sleep was when Andy was gone from the property and at work anyway. But I had taken like a 30-minute nap or so, and a noise woke me up. And I was awake after that continually. And we were out on that bank quite a few times because of the different noises that were taking place, like the scream.
So the noise from 2 o'clock nap takes us to 2:30 when you wake up and you hear the noise. So you go out at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, and that's when you hear the noises, right?
I don't know what noise exactly woke me up at. I think it says on there it's 2:42. I can't remember. I'm sure I told law enforcement at the time because it was fresh. And I'd have to look back at my statement because I have a copy of it. But because maybe I told them, I don't recollect now what noise that was at 2. I think it's 2:40 something. Maybe, I don't know. You'll see here in a little bit when I release the messages. But something woke me up then, and that's when my son and daughter come back down and we were talking and this and the other. But throughout the day, we were out on the banks and, walking the stuff, trying to figure out the different noises that were happening. And not once. And the door.
All right. So at 2:40, Jodie describes, now I find this strange. You guys, maybe you could help me with this. So at 2:40, Jodie says that she heard a noise, right? But she doesn't expand on what the noise is. Then she describes the noise as a car door, but she tells, oh God, was it the news? Hold on. I just went over this last week on my long lives. She describes the door, and I want to say who she said it to. I feel like it was the news, but I can't be sure, and I don't want to say it without having it in front of me. But anyhow, I don't have time for that. So she did make the statement that it was a truck door slamming. So she described the noise at 2:40 as a noise that woke her up. She wasn't quite sure. Then she says it was a car door. She went outside. Nothing was out there. She couldn't see any cars, but she describes this as a truck door. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you have car doors slamming around, and I have neighbors who come and go or whatever, I can't tell the difference between a truck door and a car door slamming. How'd she know it was a truck door? Anyway, she said it to Ansley on the news, the lady in red for sure. All right, well, we'll just mark that, okay? I did show it last week. Either way, she describes it 3 different ways. First, it was a strange noise. Then it was a car door. Then it was a truck door. Take your pick. So we'll just ask Jodie to expand on that. Was it a strange noise? Was it a car door or was it a truck door? That would be great.
Doors of the cabin were open, so were the windows. So even if we hadn't been on Southern Bank, I would have heard the kids playing, laughing. I would have heard doors and never heard any of that. It was just still quiet over there all day.
Were you sure the boys were home alone 100%?
I don't know. I heard after the fact that they had been left there alone, and then obviously it didn't take long for Candace's videos to get out to where Summer was the only one with her.
Let me drop the link. Well, I don't know if this one's unlisted. Hold on. I don't want to drop unlisted links from this person. Let me just get on to the next one. Hold on. You know what I'll do? I'll email them after this and I'll ask them if I can link all of videos that I share in my description so you guys can use them. Just make sure you credit that person for the record because they've clearly done work. And I appreciate that very much. So let me get rid of this one. We'll move on to the next one. You guys take away from it what you will. This is a good one. Jodie Sue on Andy being the drug dealer, December 2021. So this is her talking to Doug and the lab, Josh at the lab, about Andy being the drug dealer.
So you're the only other person besides Dawn that I've talked to that knew Summer personally. Can you tell us a little bit about her?
Yeah, well, but as you tell us a little about her, and a great question, Josh. If I could just kind of tiptoe into that, because Don told me on the phone that he's in this, and I could be completely wrong about you or any other situation or not, but Don told me that Don used to come over to your house. He brought Summer there several times. He's actually gotten drugs from Baltimore or Andy, whatever, over while you were home, whatever he wanted, meth, cocaine, marijuana, pills. They were able to get everything from your driveway, and that he's brought Summer over there before. I thought that.
So you're the only other person besides Dawn that I've talked to that knew Summer personally. Can you tell us a little bit about her?
Yeah, well, but as you tell us a little about her, and great question, Josh. If I could just kind of tiptoe into that, because Don told me on the phone that he's in this, and I could be completely wrong about you or any other situation, and I'm not saying that this is true or not. But Don told me that Don used to come over to your house. He brought Summer there several times, and he's actually gotten drugs from Voldemort or Andy, whatever, over while you were home, whatever he wanted, meth, cocaine, marijuana, pills. They were able to get everything from your driveway. And that
Okay, so Don said this to Doug. I don't know if Doug has that recorded. You guys would have to ask him. I would hope that he recorded his phone calls with Don, but I don't know. So I'd be interested to know if Doug has that recorded. And I don't know how he's busy right now. I don't think he even is paying attention to anything that's going on over here. But maybe he might have the clip. I don't know. Right? So Jodie Sue here was like, oh, hell no. I'm going to cam up right now. I'm not putting up with this shit. But allegedly, Don said this to Doug, no thanks. All right. That he was bringing Summer over there and making moves with Andy in the driveway with Summer in tow. All right. Now you can listen what Jodie says about Andy. Don admitted that he got drugs with Summer in tow. What the fuck? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But so this is from Doug, okay? It's not like a firsthand account. We didn't hear it with our own ears. Doug said he said it to him. So Doug is the keeper of that information. I don't know if he has proof of that. If he doesn't, that's fine. But still, it matters. We're going to play it and listen to it. Jodie can take care of the things that actually matter today. Okay. I wasn't really going to talk about Jodie much more, but it seems like she wants me to. So I had a little time today.
that he's brought Summer over there before. I thought that's why there would be possibly footprints anywhere, if any. But I'm not saying that they were over there for that reason either.
I'm gonna show the face. I'm gonna make this real clear. Those two are not the most reliable sources. I will tell you that Andy smokes. I know that Andy was using that same period of the poop and bottom to start real bad behaviors again. I now think for the past couple of years, because of things that were taking place in the last days and hint drops that I look back on, and I think maybe he was using other things for a couple of years. And he did have far more contact with them than I did. They were not my type of people. They still are not.
Does anybody remember Jodie saying back in the day when she was on Facebook how Andy thought that Don and Candace were guilty and he couldn't stand them? Now he had more contact with them. She was just not her type of people. But in the beginning, it was Andy thought they were responsible for what happened to Summer and he couldn't stand the Wells. So which is it? Makes no sense. So were the Wells just a money-making opportunity because they were heads or what? Like, I feel that with her most recent statements that it was more of a business situation there on 125 and 110 between these two families. And whatever comes along with that, who knows? But with her most recent statement, I have a problem with her discrepancy here. I have a discrepancy. I have a problem with what she just said because she said Andy hates them. Hates them, she said. Now, he's the one that had all the contact with them, not her.
However, I will tell you, to my knowledge, Not once did they ever get coke, pills, or meth off of him.
No coke, no meth, no pills. Lily Bit, thank you for your super sticker, hon. Just weed. Just weed. That's what she says. I rolled in Jodie Sue's live as AM. She was saying TM. You're so funny, Lana. Yeah. Oh, God. I was sleeping. She don't sleep, that girl. Hold on. I guess I wouldn't either.
You know, not once that I'm aware of. And I mean that sincerely.
So December 2021, Jodie had no knowledge of any kind of drugs being sold to the Wells or Andy dealing to them or anything like that. But fast forward to July of 2022, and she knows all about it. That Summer and other little girls are being sedated with the drugs that Andy was supplying that came out from under her roof.
You know, they did terrorize him for his personal. He would get it usually on Fridays.
Now, when she says that they would bug him for his personal, what she means is because you need a whole thesaurus of Jodie to figure out what she's talking about here. She's talking about the weed he would pick up on Fridays when he got out of work. That was his personal. She calls it a personal, almost like a methadone clinic, right? When people go get their little cups for the weekend, call them like personals and stuff. She calls his weed a personal. Very interesting. Take note of that. That just actually kind of hit me sideways for a second because I didn't notice that the first time. See, like pick up all these little different things. And that's saying that's what it is. But
And literally, the only time you've seen those assholes stay up past dusk was to terrorize because they knew that's when he got his personal out of his paycheck. And it was just bullshit. And I'm talking about Green, right?
That.
all right, sorry, hold on. That was the link to that live stream. I was wondering why it was 2 hours and 15 minutes long. Hold on one sec. I don't know why Molly's picture was on that live. That's so weird. Did she go on that live? Hold on. All right, so that was the link to the live. I should actually drop that in the chat if people want to watch it. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Jodie, so this one's also interesting. Jodie Sue's Game of Clue, Candy Hair Edition. So this I thought was very interesting as well. Hey, Avery's mom, don't worry about being late. You're fine. This is going to be a short one. I'm probably only going to go for like an hour and a half longer, if that. So you can catch up pretty easy and it won't be too long. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this up.
you can let out right now on a tidbit to give us some information. If it's important, is it something you can actually let go of anything you know that you haven't told that we could maybe help with or kind of do a think tank on?
Now, pay close attention. I'm going to rewind that back the first couple seconds. Doug is asking Jodie, is there anything you think we should do a think tank session on? Completely ignoring him. She's in a whole nother world. All right, watch this. Oh my God. Like, how embarrassing, Jodie. Aren't you embarrassed at all?
Is there anything that you haven't let out that you can let out right now in a tidbit to give some information? If it's important, is it something you can actually let go of anything that you know that you haven't told that we could maybe help with or kind of do a think tank on?
I have a question, and you all might know.
I cannot. Like, can you even believe this? I have a question. I think all of you might know. He was asking you a question. Yeah, Dana. Like, you can't make this shit up. Every time I watched her recently, I kept thinking my screen was freezing. Yeah, it happens a lot. It took a while. Do, 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 do. Yeah. She's reminiscing on which lie she told. All right, hold on.
Other than the text message, I have a question, and you all might know. Other than the text messages that I believe, what was it, Emma, or I don't know, somebody got with Candace at the first of this, are those the only known things that Candace has said openly?
Yes, as far as I know.
Are there anything, does anybody have the full messages?
The full messages were put out a long time ago. I believe, all right, so the way I recall it, Emma gave them to me. I put them out, then she put them out. So there are multiple places. This should not be hard for you to find. Oh God, that was a long time ago. I still remember the thumbnail on those that I made for that because it was the only communication that anyone had really with Candace Hare that we could see with our own eyes. So everybody wanted to know, like, what was she saying? Hey, Bomb. And so Jodie here is saying, is there anything else that she said? Has she spoken anywhere else? Like, you don't know? You tell me you don't know when Candace Hare has spoken and when she hasn't, neighbor? The neighbor who knows and sees everything? But she doesn't know if Candy Hare has spoken to anybody but Emma in text. So, like, I feel more so that she's trying to imply something here, mostly. But that's just my takeaway from it. You guys take away what you will from what you hear.
I don't know, somebody got with Candace at the first of this. Are those the only known things that Candace has said openly?
Yes, as far as I know.
Are there anything, does anybody have the full messages? I mean, the full set of messages. Does Candace ever say what she was doing that day when Summer went missing?
No.
No, other than wasn't she playing
What she did after Summer went missing.
No.
What are you insinuating?
Well, I think she would be insinuating that she has talked to Grandis and knows more about Grandis than what she's told.
Let her.
Well, not that's my. She didn't want to say.
There are a couple of clues I'm
Hold
still
on.
looking for. There are 4 in particular. And at some point, once I know somebody's absolutely serious about helping and can keep crap to themselves until we can find it collectively and not be like, look, I got Jodie to speak. I'm not really going to. I'm tired of being used for everything. But, to me, I think what pieces I still hold are important to the investigation as well. And I don't want to let those out there, especially for right now is especially the wrong time because of what's happening in this cycle because they're trying to get rid of the whole billboard breaches thing.
Hold up. What did she just say? They're trying to get rid of the whole billboard britches thing? Billboard britches thing. Does anybody know what that friggin' means? So, billboard britches. She calls Benny sloppy britches. Or what does she call him? Something britches. Floppy burger. Floppy britches. What does she call him? Does anybody know? I can't even remember. She has so many names. Benny didn't have anything to do with billboard. He wasn't even like around, I don't believe, at that time. She's talking about Brad. Did she call him britches too? Well, I guess everyone else knows what the hell she's talking about because I didn't know that. Floppy britches, floppy burger. Yeah. So why is she calling Chase britches? Oh, she calls him billboard britches. Is that what she calls him? Wow. I never even knew that. Alrighty. Billboard britches. Oh, man. I thought it was 423 Chase. She's always just called him Chase. I never thought she even had a nickname for him, but okay. So do you hear what she says here? Listen.
They're important to the investigation as well. And I don't want to let those out there, especially for right now is especially the wrong time because of what's happening in this cycle because they're trying to get rid of the whole billboard breaches thing. Let those out there, especially for right now is especially the wrong time because of what's happening in this cycle because they're trying to get rid of the whole billboard breaches thing is what they're trying to do. Let those out there, especially for right now is especially the wrong time because of what's happening in this cycle because they're trying to get rid of the whole billboard breaches thing is what they're trying to do. They're trying to dump him off because he's a fall guy. Now he's done what looks like it's just him, and they want the connections back to that fundraiser, all of them forgotten.
Speaking of, I'm about to dox a couple people. Sorry, because now I'm in a whole nother zone. This may go a little sideways. Hold on. It's not a bad thing. Okay. It's not malicious. It's for educational purposes. So we're just going to really talk about this real quick. Now, hold on. Let me open it up because I'm over it. I'm over this. So Jodie's been relying on Chase a lot lately, and I find it to be quite interesting. Let me go to the Tennessee Tax Assessor website. Jodie, listen, you could do this the hard way. We do this the hard way. I have no problem with that. I think that this has been discussed as of late. Other people brought attention to this months ago. Now, hold on a sec. Let me find. I believe Valkyrie's Corner, What Big Eyes. Gosh, there was probably many people who brought this up. So we always knew about the address that was shared between one of the Wishins and Jodie Sue, right? I can't even get through playing these clips because this stuff is just too important. So I'm going to bring you to the Tennessee Tax Assessor website. And I'm going to pull up 333 Snaps Ferry Road. And I want to show you something. So I'm going to have to pull up Google Earth as well. Hold on. Okay. So Jodie lived at this address. I think this has definitely been, I don't know how in depth other people went into this, but I'm going to do this here right now real quick. Let me see if I can get through it pretty quickly, but we'll keep you in the know here. I missed a lot last night, but hold on. So here, I'm gonna have to switch screens a whole lot to do this. Let me take this down. Stay slow. I'm gonna take the stuff off my screen. All right. So we're gonna go to the parcel for 333 Snaps Ferry Road in Sullivan County. All right, is this full screen? Hold on. All right, it's full screen. Are you guys able to see this okay? Are you all right seeing this? Hey, Shorty. Let me know in the chat if you're able to read this. If not, I'll help you. So what it says here is 333 Snaps Ferry Road, which comes up when you search Jodie, and it also comes up when you search Brad Chase's brother, who is an RSO. By the way, Jodie has the word RSO blocked in her chat. I know that because my comments wouldn't go through until I removed RSO from my comment. Jodie, why do you have RSO blocked on your channel? Are you protecting sex offenders on your channel? I think you are. So Jodie Sue has the word RSO blocked on her channel. That's a problem for me. Something gives me like the heebie-jeebies about it. So 333 Snaps Ferry Road is an address that Jodie lived at years and years ago, about 12 years ago, okay? Going back a very long time. And bear with me here. This property is owned by HHMM Family Limited Partnership. I wasn't even planning to talk about this till she just said what she said. So, yeah. There are 8 trailers and 1 house. So there's 9 units there. So when you click on the GIS map, which I'm going to have to share on a separate screen because it'll take me to a different one. And this is very easy. This is all public record. All of it. It's all public record. You could find this on your own just by going to the Tennessee Tax Assessor online. This is public information. Okay. Property viewer. Okay. This here is 333 Snaps Ferry Road. This here is the house all the way to the right of the property. Okay. It sits on the corner. Then you've got here. What can I go through? Let's see if I do that. This is better. Sorry. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 7? 7 trailers or 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So there's 8. Oh, there were 9 mailboxes. Never mind. So there's 7 trailers, 1 house, and there's a billboard right here. So it sits on the highway 81. Well, it's Interstate 81. Okay. Jodie lived here overlapping multiple years. Jodie, could you please explain this to us? With Brad's brother, 423 Chase's brother, lived in one of these units. Now, which one, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. He could have lived in the house for all I know. I only know he shared this address with Andy and Jodie Sue. True story. Maybe Jodie Sue can clear that up. I don't know if she will or not. I guess I'll have to see. Lil Wayne, because it makes all of us feel uneasy. So Jodie, you can chill with trying to like say whatever about me and Chase. I have not talked to Chase since the fiasco with Indiana, but you, on the other hand, supposedly were meeting up with him on the 13th of May, and you also shared the same property for multiple years on 333 Snaps Ferry Road in Kingsport, Tennessee, Sullivan County, with Brad's brother, who is a registered sex offender. Okay. So do with that information what you will. Now I'll get back to the clips that I was playing. I wish I had all the time in the world to go over everything, but I don't. So I'm going to try to keep this like really short and sweet. Maybe I can go through later and put timestamps where everything is. But now listen, I still have to do a little bit more investigating. I did go into Jodie's and ask her to explain so that I don't have to dig on this information, but she doesn't want to. So I'm going to actually investigate the situation because this is a problem. I mean, Jodie and Chase having a connection 10 years ago or even, but not only that. So it's not just that one thing, like sharing an address. They lived in trailers that were close to each other for a couple years. Okay. It's also the fact that her, well, I don't want to name the person. So her extended family, not really extended, but someone married into the family also works the same dealership. Okay. There's not just one connector, there's multiple. Jodie, you're going to need to explain that. And if you don't, that's no one's problem but yours. And you can show all the texts that you want. You are the shady one. Okay. So that was an interruption, but that's not a lie. Now, I know that I think that it was posted by Benny 2 or 3 days ago. Like I saw it on his community post. It was the Ben verified information for it. And I think it was on community post. So I don't have to pull up even like the Ben verified. It's out there. You can actually see the dates, right? So I think it was something like between 2010 and 2014. I'm off the top of my head, so bear with me on that. Let me finish this here. So, but I find it interesting that Jodie says they're trying to, now, let me play it one more time because she's even protecting Chase here. She's saying they're going to make him the fall guy. They're going to, what? Hold up. Who is? Who's going to make him the fall guy? Let me pull this back up so you can hear the whole clip because Jodie, I believe, has an absolute connection to 423 Chase and don't forget, Chase made his YouTube channel on June 4th, 11 days before Summer went missing. Very strange.
To me, I think what pieces I still hold are important to the investigation as well. And I don't want to let those out there, especially for right now is especially the wrong time because of what's happening in this cycle, because they're trying to get rid of the whole billboard breaches thing. Is what they're trying to do. They're trying to dump him off because he's a fall guy. But now he's done one that looks like it's just him, and they want the connections back to that fundraiser. All of them forgotten. I'm not doing it. I'm not having it. To me, I think what pieces I still hold are important to the investigation as well. And I don't want to let those out there, especially for right now is especially the wrong time because of what's happening in this cycle, because they're trying to get rid of the whole billboard breaches thing. Is what they're trying to do. They're trying to dump him off because he's a fall guy.
They're trying to dump him off because he's a fall guy. Dump him off? What do you mean dump him off, Jodie? Did you want to keep him? Did you want to keep 423 Chase, Jodie? Where the hell did 423 Chase really even come from? We never really did find that out. Maybe Jodie can explain instead of going through old text messages that no one gives a fuck about. But who knows? She'll probably sit there for 10 more hours today going through text messages that do nothing to help find Summer because she's making it more and more clear every single day she doesn't give a fuck where she is.
But now he's doing what looks like it's just him, and they want the connections back to that fundraiser, all of them forgotten. To me, I think what pieces I still hold are important to the investigation as well. And I don't want to let those out there, especially for right now is especially the wrong time because of what's happening in this cycle, because they're trying to get rid of the whole billboard breaches thing. Is what they're trying to do. They're trying to dump him off because he's a fall guy. But now he's done what looks like it's just him, and they want the connections back to that fundraiser, all of them forgotten.
They want the connections to the fundraiser to be forgotten. Is that what she says? Why are there so many filler words? There's always 17 filler words in a sentence that you don't need. I wish Jodie would ditch all of the fillers because no, T-Board, what was it, hun? Sorry. I'm like so not even looking at my chat because I'm trying to like get through it because I don't want to, I want to just like put everything out. So when I have to get offline, everything's out there because I don't want to have to come back later. But yeah, she's defending him, Mommy Mars, in a way, yes. Very much so. She brought him in, I think, T-Bori says. Did Jodie lead 423 to you? No, she did not, Monica. Nope. I found him on my own. Brad wanted you to think that Candace was going to be the hero with Summer, but why? Because people were finding out who he really was. What does that mean? Suzanne, what do you mean by that? I don't understand that comment, hon. Sorry. I'm trying to find what T-Bori wrote to me. Oh, if they knew each other, her and 423, remember what he told you. Could that have been concocted by Jodie Sue? I don't know. Chase never told me. He never told me who said it. He would never tell me. I asked. He would not tell me who told him that Summer was alive in Indiana. No, never did tell me that. So, hey, High Priestess Angelique. Guys, if I'm missing you, I really apologize. I'm Lat Chai, Nika, Ambi. Let me see if I missed anybody. Sandra Moran. Thomas Godorak, what are you up to? Good to see you here. Least in Perfume. Monica. All right. It is disturbing. I agree. I'm disturbed. I'm disturbed for sure. For sure. It's okay. It's fine. I think that truly this is a good thing because we're getting through, okay? I think we're the closest, and I might be wrong, but I feel that this is the closest that we have possibly come throughout listening to any of this garbage. Well, thank you, Benny. You didn't have to do that, but here, I'll highlight that on the screen. Thank you. I think this is the closest that we may have come at this point online with any of these people to the truth of what possibly was going on around summer. Now, remember back to when the behavioral panel brought up the cornbread mafia, and everybody was like, what the hell is a cornbread mafia? And is that a real thing? And yada, yada, yada. And you look it up and it's all about weed, you know, and it's really, I guess, in a way, so it's a crime syndicate, okay? That triggered Candace in a way that I've not seen ever. And the emotion on her face was so strong. There was like, did you guys remember the muscles in Candace's face shift when they said cornbread mafia? Does anybody remember? Like, it was uncontrollable for her. I have not seen that. Not about her boys, not about Summer, not about Don. I don't know Candace, right? So I've not seen her in her like intimate moments where she's sad or crying and stuff. Only what I've seen online. But I do know I've not ever seen emotion like that come from Candace. So is it possible that there is a criminal situation going on around Candace and Don and the children? It was very close to home. And now also remember, which always stuck out to me, is Don and Candace never pointed in Jodie's direction. Only one time, and Candace was led by Benny to say Jodie's name. And I don't remember what they were talking about, but I remember Candace saying, Jodie fucking Sue. I remember Candace saying those words. I couldn't tell you what they were talking about. It's the only time I ever heard Candace even say her name. So that's another thing. Sorry, I'm rambling. I have so much to say at the current time. Oh, so what I was going to say is Don only ever referred to her talking about the scream, but he never named her. He never named her as searching for Summer. And they never blamed Jodie or Andy, not ever. So don't forget that. Blamed everybody else.
I'm not doing it. I'm not having it.
So why is she not doing it, and why is she not having it when it comes to 423 Chase? Why is she not going to allow anybody to push him off? Like, what's going on here? So these are the questions that people should be asking her when they get their 7-day. You got to wait 7 days to comment over there. I would say make 10 troll accounts, okay? And you don't need to troll. Go set up like 10 accounts, whatever name you pick or whatever. Go in there respectfully and ask her, hey, what do you mean when you're talking about X, Y, and Z? It's about Summer. This is serious, very important question. Would you answer it for me? You won't last. You will delete you immediately. But go ask these questions. Go see if she'll give you some answers. I think they're putting pressure on Jodie to answer the questions. She's said all of these things publicly. She might as well answer to them. You know what I mean? Like, just answer to them.
But they're going to dump him off like a kitten. He's going to disappear off YouTube, pull a vanishing act, and then they're going to start feeding and trying to make another money. I'm not having that either. So
listen to what she says about Chase. Nicole, thank you so much, hon. I see you. Justice for Summer, says September Virgo. Yes, justice for Summer. Bat and Bruce says, Jodie Sue is a dangerous person. Her mental illness is dangerously. I don't know if she's mentally ill. I can only assume, but I don't want to. Is the Wishin connection? I have my specs ready, but sheesh, 14 days. She changed it to 14 days. It's 14 days to chat. She's shook. She's shook. That's it. All right, Jodie Sue, you're scared. You got people waiting 14 days to comment over there. What do you think you are, Victoria Gotti? You're not. You're not. It's okay. She's only proving more and more that she will not answer questions about Summer because she doesn't get that we're here for Summer, not for her. I mean, get off YouTube. Okay, no one cares about you. They care about Summer. That's always been the way this has gone. This is not the Jodie Sue show. It's a Summer show.
So I think right now, given any new information would help them feed off of it and make extreme money. For all of them forgotten. I'm not doing it. I'm tired of being used, so to speak.
All right, so I'm going to slow this down, just this last part, because this is important. Clip it, talk about it, do whatever you want with it, along with the information that I gave you a little while ago. The information is out there. I didn't end up doxing anybody, so that's a good thing. But go look it up for yourself. You will find 333 Snapsbury Road with her name, Andy's name, and 423 Chase's brother's name, all at the same address. Nicole, I'm so sorry. I forgot to highlight your comment to me in your super chat. Keep shining the light on this suspect. Aw, thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. All right, so then we're going to move on after this one, but take it in, listen.
I'm not really going to. I'm tired of being used for everything. But, to me, I think what pieces I still hold are important to the investigation as well. And I don't want to let those out there, especially for right now is especially the wrong time because of what's happening in this cycle, because they're trying to get rid of the whole billboard breaches thing. Is what they're trying to do. They're trying to dump him off because he's a fall guy. But now he's done what looks like it's just him, and they want the connections back to that fundraiser, all of them forgotten. I'm not doing it, and I'm not having it. But they're going to dump him off like a kitten. He's going to disappear off YouTube, pull a vanishing act, and then they're going to start feeding, trying to make another money. I'm not having that either. So I think right now, given any new information would help them feed off of it and make extreme money.
Oy vey. Let me read my chat real quick. Lady in red. Hold on, let me let me highlight this. You just made me laugh. Lady, yeah, she's not on 0.5. She's on just the what setting did I put it on? 0.75. So she's just right below normal. But I wanted to make sure that everybody heard what she said because it's a bit hard to hear her. So I want to make it easy for you guys to understand. And I put the closed captions on. If you want to rewind it back to look to see, you can. But closed captioning is a little iffy with Jodie. But for the most part, if you say it out loud, you can understand. So I can't understand a thing she's saying. Annie, what do you need help with? So what she said in that clip was basically about Chase, 423 Chase, was that she was predicting what would end up happening with Chase. She said he would fall off, do a vanishing act, all right? And that he would be the fall guy for everything. She wasn't going to let that happen. Why? Jodie, didn't you care about the fact that he was scamming billboards off Summer's name or no? No, right? Right. Of course. Why would you care about that? Okay, let me take this one down and I get the next one. So I don't know how many I have left. Quite a few. All right, we'll play this one. Hold on. Oh, also, don't forget in the beginning of that clip what she said about Candace hair.
209 Ben Hill Road.
Sorry, hold on.
You know?
Oh, this is an interesting one. I like this one. Hold on a sec. I could go talk about this a little bit too. Listen, if I don't finish these clips, I will come back later. I think I'm going to get through them. But if by chance I don't, I will definitely try to get through all of them. And maybe if I don't, get through them and I have to come back, it might be like tomorrow morning or something. Hold on. I have to find... All right, this is the 209 Ben Hill. All right, so 209 Ben Hill is where they found the bones, right? Okay, so Ziggy I believe, was set up by Fred and possibly Jodie. I believe she did have something to do with that. The reason being is because the day that Ziggy found those bones on 209, I was live all day showing the parcel on that tax assessor website for 209. I stayed live for like 8 hours on 209. And I was talking about how huge the property was. And that's back, all the way back in the holler. So 209 goes all the way back to the Washington County line. If you pull up 209 Ben Hill Road, it goes all the way back to the Washington County line. It's huge. There's like mountainous regions on the property. The day that Ziggy was flagged down by Fred, suddenly, she's being led to bones. So just keep that in mind. I have to say that because it did happen. It's a very strange situation. Which Jodie laughed about. She thought the bones were funny. I actually cut her off for a bit about that. So, hold on a minute. She laughed about the bones. She thought it was extremely funny, which is really disturbing to me. I think the name of the live was called Andy. It was called Andy, and it was a map. Like, it wasn't even, I barely even made a thumbnail for it. I threw just a picture of maps up there. Where is that? I could unlist it, or I could just make it public. It don't really matter. She stayed completely away from that live stream. I did notice, though. I went back and looked the other day real quick. All right, hold on. So, by the way, 209 is the property where, do you remember the photos of Summer, her grandmother, her mother, standing outside that shed, and Summer had a bathing suit on, and she had like her leg crossed in front of her. I think she had a blue bathing suit bottom on, maybe. And Candace Harrow was wearing a white t-shirt and shorts. Candace was standing there with like a tank top on, and she was in front of like a broken down shed. Does someone have the link from Crime Stories Obsessed, the 209? Oh, I probably shouldn't share that one. I don't really want to bring up the septic tank. The only time that the septic tank is going to be checked on 209 is when they decide to pump their septic. So I know a lot of people like want to know if it's been searched. Probably not. I wouldn't imagine. It's not the Wells property, but I don't know. I'm not the law. So did somebody have that, one of my mods, because it shows the picture of them. So they have been on 209. Don, Candace. Well, no, I can't say Don because he wasn't in those photos. So Candace Harrer, Summer, the boys, they have been on the 209 property. So there's pictures of it.
Yeah.
Who lives on 209 Ben Hill Road? You know?
I don't know my address.
Okay, somebody asked in the chat. I don't know. I didn't know if that was relevant. Somebody just asked in the chat.
I can look it up on the property things and I can see, but I'll tell you, most neighbors.
Okay. Jodie, you don't know where Fred lives? Jodie doesn't know neighbors now.
Somebody left alone. And I know MGL and them are just outing everybody, including people who have public posts up, left alone and not identified. And here they go identifying them and outing them, doxing them basically just a location. And
209 is the property that Fred Hill shot that guy in the face on. You guys remember that? So that's 209. I could pull it up and show you if you want. It's 117 acres. And those roads go all the way back. Do you remember when Candace said that she drove all the way back as far as she could go? That's literally 209 is right behind the wells. So
then outing what types of security and home security they had.
yeah, she conveniently doesn't know when it suits her. She's convenient. Okay, so this one is Jodie Sue's first thoughts while looking for summer. And I'm going to put Doug's link, his channel link in my description. These are all coming from his channel. He deserves the credit for these. And also the channel who clipped these, that's pinned, okay? So I have to credit Doug and Josh at the lab because they did this work. But very important little like morsels in here, I think.
Really fast. Acting like, oh, she's going to be found really fast. Can you tell me what the very first thing you thought was?
When I heard more than 3 calls for her, I knew something was wrong. But I gave
Acting like, oh, she's going to be found really fast. Can you tell me what very first thing you thought was?
when I heard more than 3 calls for her, I knew something was wrong. But I gave it. I don't know how many calls. By the time I reached on the drive, it was quite a few at that point. But my gut had already dropped, and my mind already started putting that noise we'd heard together with and thinking the worst. And so I started looking in kind of a way like, well, we'll find her here in just a second. I'll see her down here, and she'll answer. And then I was hollering at trying to let Candace know that I was looking at the bottom, but she couldn't hear me. At that point, but
Acting like, oh, she's going to be found really fast. Can you tell me what the very first thing you thought was?
I heard more than 3 calls for her, I knew something was wrong. But I gave it. I don't know how many calls. By the time I reached on the driveway, it was quite a few at that point. But my gut had already dropped, and my mind already started putting that noise we'd heard together with and thinking the worst. And so I started looking in kind of a way like, well, we'll find her here in just a second. I'll see her down here, and she'll answer, and then I was hollering at, trying to let Candace know that I was looking at the bottom, but she couldn't hear me. So I thought, well, this is wasted effort. And then I knew stuff was getting more serious. Summer should have already answered. And then as Candace screams at the oldest, but you can tell all three are standing there. And she screams, "What did you do? What did you do?" And the oldest answers, "Nothing, Mama, nothing, Mama, I swear."
And you
I thought the boys were sitting down by the creek in a line with their heads down. So, like, when did that happen? She tells the story of meeting Candace that day two different ways. She's got a story where Candace and Grandma and the boys were not calling for Summer at all. Okay. She didn't hear any of them yelling for Summer until after. Okay. After she met Candace in the driveway. But then she has a whole nother story. No, Jodie, you can't have two stories. You can only have one. Pick one. Like, these stories have changed so much over time that it's almost like she's conditioned people's minds to like adjust to her psychobabble. And when you really, all right, so I can say, like I just said in chat, pay attention to like her inconsistencies and what she never changes. You know what she never changes? She never changes this. Meeting Candace in the driveway and hearing someone's voice and thinking someone was in the car with her while Candace was coming down the hill. This is what Jodie says. She never leaves this detail out, not ever. She says, I thought this someone was in the vehicle with Candace because the voice was so loud, basically, like not verbatim, but so she says, but it was Don on speaker. Why does she include that every time she tells a story? Because she changes the parts that matter, right? So like pay attention to that. What always stays the same and what never changes for Jodie. But unless, and it's very difficult, unless you've been listening to her, but I can't even say that because new eyes are good. I really, really think that, sometimes people coming in and starting to go over this other stuff, like I'm not going to go back and listen to everything Jodie's ever said. I don't have the time to do that. But there are people going through things. That's super helpful. So I encourage anyone who's got spare time and is looking for something to do to go back and listen to some stuff. You're not going to find everything, but it's worth, if you're looking for something to do or whatever. There's so much out there. Jodie has probably talked, I always thought no one could talk more than Don. No, that's wrong. Jodie can talk more than anybody I've ever seen in this case. And Don talked a lot. He would talk to anybody who listened. She does not shut up. That's why I think it's become so difficult. Anyway, I'm rambling. Hold on. Oh, but what I wanted to say was look at her face when she says this.
And then as Candace screams at the oldest, but you can tell all three are standing there. And she screams, "What did you do? What did you do?" And the oldest answers, "Nothing, Mama, nothing, Mama, I swear."
and you were that you
Stomach
saw that.
dropped, and I knew it was absolutely serious. And that mom thing comes holding the frantic becomes the pace.
Wow. And so you saw that. You saw her say that to the boys and heard it?
I was at the bottom of the hill. I didn't see it.
So the boys were down down at the creek. I need this explained. I really do. She says the boys were down at the creek and they were sitting in a line with their heads down. Now she's saying she could hear Candace yelling at them, but Candace wasn't with the boys down at the creek. So where was this happening? Because if you were down there, where were you when you heard this? It makes no sense. She's in the car driving down the hill, talking to Don on the phone. The boys are sitting down at the creek in a line with their heads down. The only one that would look at you was the oldest son, okay? Summer's oldest brother. This is what you said, Jodie, that he barely would look at you. And he said that the last place that he saw Summer was at her swing set. Those were your words. So when did this exchange happen with Candace and the boys? What did you do? What did you do? Not the mama. When did this happen? I'm just looking for clarity if it was after they came up from being down by the creek. Just looking for some clarity. So that's another question that I would ask Jodie. Let me write that down. I just don't understand how you can have like 3-4 different stories for one situation. Her story is that she saw them down at the creek. They were sitting in a line with their heads down, but she never included, what did you do? What did you do with that? That's in a whole nother story she tells. I'm not even trying to be harsh. I'm trying to get to the bottom of what's actually really going on here. And I don't have a lot of time to do it, so I'm a little irritated. I wish I could go like a little bit more in depth today, and I can't. But Jodie, I will ride your ass. And when I have 5 more days in a row, if I need to, I will sit here and do this. Don't think I won't. Oh, welcome to memberships. Who is that? Stephanie K. Oh my gosh, how are you? I hope you're good. I haven't seen you. Only time I see you is when you're in Bonnie's. Hold on.
I could hear and I knew all 3 boys were right in front of her. Because
who cares about?
So I knew they had met back up at the same place.
Wow. And so
now I wish I knew what came at, hey, Evil Exists. How are you? I know that this came right at the very tail end. I don't know who, like I said, I don't know who the channel is. They emailed me, sent me a bunch of clips, and I want to see if maybe they can go right back to this timestamp and let her finish this sentence, because listen to what she says at the very, very tail end of the clip about meeting back up at the same place. What does that mean, Jodie? Meeting back up at the same place? That's something that I definitely missed. Did they have someone have like a meetup spot at some point?
So you saw that? You saw her say that to the boys and heard it?
I was just above him. I didn't see it, but I could hear
them yelling.
Okay. I knew all 3 boys were right in front of her.
Right. Who cares about?
I knew they had met back up at the same place.
All 3 boys were in front of her, so I knew they met back up at the same place. What does that mean? Sorry, I'm a little old school. I'm just writing it down because I didn't write it down earlier. She makes no sense. Jodie makes sense. So she knew they met back up at the same place. She didn't see it, but only one would make eye contact with her. That's what she said. She said that Summer's oldest brother was the only one who would look at her, but like barely. Yeah, Jodie makes sense as Sage Burner. Let me pay attention to you guys for a second because I feel like I'm ignoring you. I don't normally do that. Muscles and Mascara said, I went in hard on her again this morning. I cannot with her. Don't even bother. She's triggered. Stay triggered, Jodie. Whatever. Let me see. All right, nobody needs me for anything. Okay, good. All right, we're going to move on to the next one.
That's strange.
Yeah, because she's supposed, if she was on Facebook Messenger with Dawn from 6 to 6:30 or so, I'm wondering how her cover pic was changed at 6:09.
That's
So this comes from Penny's channel, True Crime Commentary. Jodie Sue did this on Jodie Sue Brown Takes Questions from the Chat. This was 5 months ago. Now, keep in mind, I asked Jodie the same question about the 606 photo, and she had an immediate answer, right? She came in clutch with an answer there. Like, oh, she just hit Wi-Fi. Summer had the symptoms. Tiffany, she was sick. And her friend couldn't spend the night. She was sluggish and vomiting, right? I have not ever heard that Summer was vomiting or sluggish. No, Deborah. I've never heard that before. Not that I know of. That's not something I've ever heard. I know that it was said that her friend wasn't able to spend the night. I know that that was said early on, but I don't know if that was true because, of course, I wasn't there. But it was said that her little friend had gone home and she was supposed to stay. I think the same was said about Hunter even. I can't remember.
strange.
Yeah, because she's supposedly, on the phone.
I know. Like, I literally had just, well, I don't know. I mean, that's about the time I was coming down from mine and gotten the message, and then she was yelling for Summer. So, or, like, but the thing is, she could have done that, and the way the internet works here, actually not have uploaded like that could have been what she was doing, and it taken 30 freaking minutes for Facebook to actually do it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because of the Wi-Fi satellite, because that's the only type of internet in there. And they're literally days you'll see posts from where it's like 4 in a row because the internet's messing up, or it doesn't connect. It literally, you can't upload a video in there half the time. I mean, a friend, you might as well forget anything but Netflix, and that's only partial. I mean, and even then, it depends on where you live, because on how well your actual satellite works, or if you can even have the satellite internet. But it's quite possible that a long time ago she had changed it, but it took it a while to actually do it. Yeah, the phone was still working on it. So
Couch Detective says, I'm not doubting Jodie Sue, but now if it takes 30 minutes to upload a picture to Facebook because the internet is so bad, then again, Okay, so bad there. Then again,
how
how did Dawn and Candace talk on Messenger the whole way home? That's the question.
I mean, I'm sure if they talked the whole way home, then there was definitely spots left out. I don't know what to say about that. I really don't, and it does depend on where you're at and when your cell phone cuts out and what kind of service you have. If she was working off service or Wi-Fi, when she got home, if she was doing Wi-Fi instead of using her data, and I don't.
On Messenger the whole way home. That's a good question.
I mean, I'm sure if they talked the whole way home, then there was definitely spots left out. I don't know what to say about that. I really don't. It does depend on where you're at and when your cell phone cuts out and what kind of service you have. If she was working off service or Wi-Fi, when she got home, if she was doing Wi-Fi instead of using her data, and I don't know those details, but if she had swapped over to data or internet, that would have been entirely different, or using one phone versus another.
So Jodie has knowledge of Candace having multiple phones. That's what she's admitting right there. Let me play that back for you.
You have if she was working off service or Wi-Fi. When she got home, she was doing Wi-Fi instead of using her data. And I don't know those details, but if she had swapped over to data or internet, that would have been entirely different, or using one phone versus another.
We're using one phone versus another. So Candace had multiple phones. Right, Jodie? That's what you just said here.
That's not, but the thing is that I do know Candace's phone works still better. Than mine, because it's how I got help in there. They're not where most. It picks up in places most don't. But the thing is
So,
like,
you there, Jersey?
Yeah, I'm here.
I couldn't hear you. We couldn't hear anything you were saying if you were talking the whole time.
Yeah, I was talking. The thing is like, it depends on where you're at, what carrier you have, and if she swapped over to Wi-Fi data once she got on like satellite internet instead of using her call, and that to me, because of that exact time, that may have been when she gets Signal 2 called on. I mean, because of something I know that I don't really want to touch on, but where you're at, what carrier you have, and if she swapped over to Wi-Fi data when she got home, like satellite internet, instead of using her call, and that to me, because of that exact time, that may have been when she hit Signal 2 called on. I mean, because of something I know that I don't really want to touch on. Carrier you have, and if she swapped over to Wi-Fi data once she got home, like satellite internet, instead of using her call, and that to me, because of that exact time, that may have been when she hit Signal 2 called on. I mean, because of something I know that I don't really want to touch on. But that to me speaks, that's exactly when Signal might have hit for the call to action. I mean, like, yeah, so I don't really want to.
Okay, Jodie, well, you might as well just say it. I mean, people can really see through the lines here, read through the lines. You can use it, Bomb. Yeah, I don't have any problem with that at all. If something is helpful to someone, I have no problem with them using it at all. Just credit the original source of where the information came from, no matter how you might feel about the creator, because it's where it came from. It is the original source, and be respectful. That's all. Yeah, anybody can use my Bum. You don't even need to ask. But anybody is allowed to use. I've always said that. If you think it can help Summer, please do. Definitely. Of course. Hold on. Let me see how many I have left. All right. Jodie Sue saw the wells on 6/14/21. This is more recent. All right. Hold on. And this is courtesy of Jodie Sue. Oh, are you? Listen, Bomb, I'm not going to be able to chat, but well, I might not, sorry, hold on. So I might not be able to chat, but I'll definitely try to listen. I might not be able to listen at certain points, but I will try. Does anyone else remember that video? Which one, Grace? Hold on, let me see. Tiffany, who had the video of Candace driving the truck and something was wrong with Summer? One of the kids said, "We are almost there. We will pour gas on you when we get there." No, I have not ever heard that before, Grace. Has anybody else heard that? Pour gas on you? No. I don't think so. Not that I recall. Does anybody in the chat remember that? I certainly don't. I do remember when... guys, don't dox yourselves in my chat. Careful. Please don't put where you're from in my chat. Be careful and protect your privacy. So I do remember the one where they were driving through the tunnel and they were yelling. There was like some commotion going on, but I don't remember anything like that about "we will pour gas on you when we get there." No. Don't. Never heard that. Heck no, I do not remember that. That was when they were going on vacation somewhere, but I don't remember anything about gas. Me either, Night Stalker. It's okay. Sometimes you get confused or whatever. No biggie. Unless you have something, Grace, that you want to send to me, you're more than welcome to. That's fine. My email's open. Oh, let me pull this one up. Hey, Panda Berry. Snook says, does anyone remember when JSB was gathering people to go in the woods to find some group and said, "Don't wear perfume so they couldn't be detected"? Yeah, the KKK. That's what she was talking about. Yeah. Okay. Whoops. Give me 1 second.
Oh, yeah. And excuse my throat. So they call. I guess one of them called the law in. Yeah. One of them had to be Andy's parents or whatever. Okay, let's carry on now. Come on. I'm sitting there talking to the law. Not really. You're avoiding the fuck out of them. Don't even offer them ID. You don't want to give them your fucking name. Want the fuck out of there as quick as possible before they can show up and you know that everybody's real and the law has been called. You're like, okay, I'll leave and I'll sell the property to you. All right, sir, let's carry on. Around, there's a whole gang of hillbillies out there. Right down the road, a whole gang of them. I think Candace and Grandis was in that mix. That never happened. That never happened. There was not a whole gang of fucking hillbillies. Candace and Grandis were nowhere. Nowhere. They were not in this mix. Oh, yeah. And, excuse my throat. So they call, I guess one of them calls the law in. Yeah. One of them had to be Andy's parents or whatever. Okay, let's carry on now. Come on. I'm sitting there talking to the law.
Not really. You're avoiding the fuck out of them. Don't even offer them ID. Don't want to give them your fucking name. Want the fuck out of there as quick as possible before they can show up and you know that everybody's real and the law has been called. You're like, okay, I'll leave and I'll sell the property to you. All right, sir, let's carry on.
There's a whole gang of hillbillies right down the road. A whole gang of them. I think Candace and Candace was in that mix.
That never happened. That never happened. There was not a whole gang of fucking hillbillies. Candace and Candace were nowhere. Nowhere. They were not in this mix. I swear. Candace and Candace or any like, no. Never happens. And there's not a whole gang anybody there. Dude, the only people in the road the entire time were Dobbs, who kept talking to me, wouldn't answer, but wouldn't talk about it. It was so weird. And myself, we were there fucking alone, dude. And he hit my gut wrong. Had me a little out. It was like, they want to talk to him. The police got there, so witnesses, right? So, you know, I tried to keep it civil, and I did. I was nice and calm with him. But he would ask me a question. He'd demand it. He won't answer right then, like I was some sort of dog or something because I was female. But then if I asked him something, and I mean, you know, because I was never like, la, 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 with him like he was never. Now, I was a bitch when he sat down on the tailgate and he was doing a thing that was crazy and bizarre. And I was like, so are you going to move or not? And he was like, no, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck it. I was like, then just go call the law, right? And that's what he did. And then it was back and forth, whatever. But there was never anybody else standing there. Candace and Candace were not present. There was no gang of hillbillies. And then after the cop got there, and he had his daughter riding with him, and the cameras were rolling and shit. But they were in there for a while. There was nobody else, I don't think, that passed or anything. Because this took a while. Andy's mom, Andy, myself, the cop, and Dobbs were it. There was no gang of hillbilly. Candace and Candace were never present for this.
So she's listening to Jackie Dobbs, right? She says they weren't present for any of this. Now listen.
What the fuck is happening?
But I'm not sure.
$1,200.
I mean, at a point, I think that evening, Candace would come down and ask me what the hell was going on.
Jodie says, at a point that evening, I think Candace came down and asked me what the hell was going on. Say it with me now. Everyone write it in the chat. At some point that evening, Candace came down and asked me what the hell was going on.
Right? I feel like she did, like it was that evening.
She says, I feel like she did. I feel like it was that evening.
Getting like dust, maybe right as the cop was leaving on it. Kids were with her.
The kids were with her. So, Jodie, did you see Summer on June 14th, 2021 in the evening? Because you said you hadn't seen her in a few days, that you didn't see Summer leading up to her disappearance. But now you're saying that Candace came down. You feel like she came down and you remember that the kids were with her. I could probably sit here for weeks dissecting her words, and I'm not going to do that. But the important stuff, I think we should highlight. So when I have time to do stuff like this, I will. And I appreciate the clip channel that did all of this very much.
In the creek, was in play because one of the puppies.
Now, this part's weird. She says, and I don't know if anybody can help me out with it, the creek was in play because they had a puppy down there. The creek was in play. So on the night of the 14th, Jodie says, the creek was in play because they had a puppy. The puppy was out there, basically, in a nutshell. That's what she says. So they had a puppy down by the creek. Okay. So were the kids playing down by the creek on the night of the 14th? Because you said you didn't see Summer leading up to her disappearance, not the day of, or the day before. You said you didn't see her. Now you say you did. This is very recent. So I guess the inconsistency is like what bothers me, right? Because if you're telling the truth, your story never changes. And Jodie, your story is changing by the day, by the hour, sometimes by the minute. Lady in Red says, in my opinion, Summer was hit by red truck and Summer fell into the creek. I don't know. I mean, that's like, think about that for a second. We don't even know about the red truck. They're looking for it. TBI in Hawkins County put it out as someone who may have witnessed something. They never put out a bolo or anything like that. I think if there was trauma, okay, let me say this. I think if there was trauma on the properties there, the dogs would have picked up on that trauma. I do. I know not everybody relies heavily on dogs, but I do. Just in my own preference. I think if Summer was hit and there was a traumatic event that took place, I would think the dogs would pick that up if it was within, so many hours or so. I really don't think Summer was hit by a car. I really don't, but some people do. Actually, a lot of people do, and that's okay. I just don't. All right, hold on.
But I'm not sure.
$1,200.
I mean, at a point, I think that evening, Candace had come down and asked me what the hell was going on, right? I feel like she did, like it was that evening, getting like dusk, maybe right as the cop was leaving on it. Kids were with her, and the creek, was in play because one of the puppies and.
Then she wipes her lips. Like, like they say people do that when they want to wipe their words away and whatnot. I don't know if that's true here, but you just don't even know what's true and what's not because Jodie has so many damn stories. Was the red truck associated with their hillbilly group? Who knows? There's so many red trucks, Cadaver dogs are 95% accurate. So they didn't bring cadaver dogs up at first. They brought up bloodhounds. They didn't bring the cadavers in, I don't think, until, oh God, I had the date. I don't remember what it was, but I don't believe they brought him in first. I could be completely wrong. Don't take my word for it, but as far as I'm aware, it was bloodhounds first, and then they brought in, but I would think that they would have dogs. The scent dogs would pick up trauma. I would imagine if there was an accident, like if she got hit by a truck or whatever, I would think they would pick that up. If they crawled the property, like we hope they did. Understand, however, they are all 95% accurate. accurate according. Oh, I rely very heavily on dogs, especially when they have like shepherds out there. So, and they really did have shepherds out there looking for her. When someone lies, it's for a reason. Yeah, and she's lying. So this clip here, actually, she says she saw the kids with Candace the night before Summer went missing. So that must have been before she was searching all the hollers for Dobbs. I mean, Summer, right? Summer. She said that twice, that she was searching for Summer the night of the 14th. She said it at the beginning and the end of her rant about it. Let me see what this one is. I have to go soon. Video unavailable. Okay, I think I might have messed that up. I was wondering why that didn't show up for me when I sent it to myself. So let me go to... Oh, all right. Let me see. Do you want me to... Because these two, I don't really care about. Let me read my chat. So what do you guys think? Hey, Ink. September Virgo, how are you, hun? In my opinion, Kim Holmes says, in my opinion, I believe she was passed off at the road and brought to where they found the footprints found. The footprints kind of, I don't really rely on the footprints. But, oh, I do think something may have possibly happened at the road because that's where the scent ended. That's where they lost her scent. Lady in Red says, I like to ask JSB, how would she feel if it was her daughter? The quiz says, I will never believe another word that comes out of that woman's mouth. Yeah. Right? I don't know. Just sent me an interesting clip from last night. Okay, hold on. Let me see what it is. Oh. I wonder if it'll be loud enough if I play it off my phone. Because it's 6 minutes long. All right, hold on, Nicole. I'll play. Let me try here. Hold on. Tell me if you guys can hear it okay. I hope. If not, I can convert it. Oh, it's not 6 minutes.
Tampering with witnesses, indeed. And they're all getting ready to find out with a lot exactly how much of a witness.
Hold on. I'll just tell you what she says. Hold on a minute. Oh my God, she's still live all night. Played you on loop. I got it, Nicole.
Tampering with witnesses, indeed. And they're all getting ready to find out with a lot exactly how much of a witness.
With the light.
Someone.
Okay, she says tampering with a witness, indeed. And they're about to find out. Hold on. Tampering with a witness, indeed. And they're about to find out with the light. She's going to shine a light. Jodie, would you hurry up and shine the light, girlfriend? Can you hurry up and shine that light? Like, what are you even doing? Do you think that all these people have all this time to sit and go through all of your, 10 12, 13-hour live streams looking for information. Do you think they're listening for you? Do you think that we have sat here all this time because we care about what you have to say? Because we don't. We want to know what happened to Summer, right? So like we listen because we're desperate to search for answers and find them for Summer. So I'm confused as to why you think this is the Jodie Sue show. This is not the days of Jodie Sue's live, okay? All day, every day, on the live on YouTube. Summer is the only light. So unless you have Summer, nothing you really say matters at all. We just have to sift through all your lies and bullshit. Yes, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Only light is Summer. So hold on, let me get that out of us. She says tampering with witnesses indeed, and they're about to find out.
Tampering with witnesses indeed. And they're all getting ready to find out with the light exactly how much of a witness.
Okay. And they're about to find out with the light that she's going to shine, how much of a witness. Now, let me just call bullshit right here, right now. Jodie Sue, if you were an actual witness to a crime and you know something, why are you on YouTube? Patty, I'm done playing her. So someone sent me a clip. I'm all done playing her. And I can't speed her up because people can't understand her. So some people some people can hear her better when sped up. Some people can't hear her at all. They don't even know what she's saying. I have to tell people what she's saying. So don't worry about it because I'm done playing her. So I'm just going to call bullshit here. You're lying. Okay? You're lying. KB. Hold on, let me read this. I have to go in like 5 minutes, so I'll go through comments. When did Jodie Sue go from suspect to witness? I missed that day. Yeah, right. Well, okay, so Kentucky Debbie. Yes, I agree with you. It's very hard to put Jodie Sue's words together, but it's not hard to pick out the consistencies and what never changes for her, and then pick out all of the inconsistencies and the changing and moving parts of her story. So that's what I do. That's what kind of helps me. So I look for, and I also look for like parallels in other stories. Like, is it possible Jodie got this story from such and such creator because this person interviewed so-and-so and Jodie has this part that falls right in line with what they said. So like there's a whole bunch of things, right, that I've written down. Donna said the same thing as Jodie here. Candace said the same thing as Jodie here. Little pieces and parts that. So look for the things that line up with other people's statements. Okay. Even if it's just a word like flowers. Flowers could be the word of the day. Flowers. Okay. So go back to the beginning. I say go back to the beginning. The bullshit she's spewing now is just deflection. Go back to the beginning. Don't even watch her lives. She's nothing relevant to say. You're unfounded, Jodie. You're unfounded. But I gotta go, guys. And I appreciate everyone that came. Sorry, I have to cut it short, but it's probably better that way because it's been 2.5 hours, and I know some people don't like the long lives. Hopefully you can learn something from this. Just give me a little bit to put the links in because I have to give me a little bit to put the links in my description because I have to go somewhere. I have to do something. I really want to shout out this channel that is pinned. Can someone drop it, please? And Bombshell is going to go live right now. She just texted me to tell me she's going live at 2:30. I won't be in chat. I won't be able to till probably like after probably 5 or 5:30. I won't be back for a bit. So thank you to everyone who listen. Thank you to everyone who saw and stayed last night for a little while on the loop that I did. That's very important. Share it, use it, whatever you need. Like I said, it's impossible to strike it because I cut out dead air in a bunch of different spots. And I made sure that it's not strikeable at all. The unlisted link is pinned on. Hold on. Let me drop this in chat before I go because the chat won't upload for my I hit 17,000. All right, so listen, the link that I'm about to drop is unlisted. Hold on. I appreciate you guys. Hold on. So this is called Jodie Sue, Summer and Other Little Girls. This link is what I used to loop last night. Thanks to everyone who stopped in and who shared it. And to everyone who came in here today. So here, if you need this, it's there. I can make it public. It's a 3-minute. Maybe I'll make it public too. I'll make it public in a little while. I have to go through and I'm going to put all the links for all the different lives and stuff in my description so everyone gets credit and whatnot, okay? So there's the link for that. And I'll be back soon. I don't know when. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tonight. Who knows? Thank you, guys. Yeah, 17,000. How exciting. All right, guys. Sweet tea, thank you. You made it just in the nick of time. Hold on. Let me take this off. Thank you for your super sticker. Is there another one? I think there was. I think it was up high. Hi, Priestess Angelique. Thank you so much. Taco Tuesday. Congrats on 17,000. Thank you. I don't know who all these 17,000 people are, but thank you very much. I know they don't show up. I don't have 17,000 people watching me. I just started a little drama channel for myself and ended up with a little crime channel for myself, but it's kind of like interesting and fun. 17's an awkward number for me. I don't like odd numbers. You've always supported Summer and her brothers. Always. Yes. Could you please keep the boys in your prayers before I end this? Please pray for not only Summer, but for her brothers. And when you hear people talking about them negatively or speculating about them in a negative way, just remember that they are going to be listening to these things one day. And they're all that's left of her. And they deserve the most respect and love from everyone. They lost their sister and their mom and their dad, and that was the only life that they knew. No matter what we might think of it, the boys need prayers and to be respected. Okay, have a good day, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.